Hey, what's up guys? If you guys have a BMW like this one or even a newer style and your windshield washer fluid isn't spraying out whenever you try to use it, chances are you got a bad pump or you got some clogged nozzles. So if you're up for the challenge, stay with me in this video and I'll show you guys how to troubleshoot it and get this thing working like new. Let's get at it. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. To all my longtime subscribers, welcome back. And if you're new here, thanks for joining me. And if you don't mind, hit that subscribe button so you guys can follow me on all things that I do DIY. All right, so today guys, I got a 2014 BMW. My wife started complaining that the windshield washer fluid wasn't spraying whenever she would press the function on her steering wheel. So I figured I'll show you guys a typical video of how to fix these things. So here I have the windshield washer pump and I'm gonna show you guys how to troubleshoot this and replace it if you need to, if your windshield washer isn't spraying. Now, typically there are only two reasons why your windshield washer isn't spraying. Either you got a clogged jet, a clogged pump, or a bad pump. So I'm gonna walk you guys how to troubleshoot it and test and know which problem is associated with your issue, and let's go ahead and fix them, all right? As usual, I'm gonna leave links in the description to everything that I use and timestamps so you can follow along depending on which scenario is good for you, all right? Now, without further ado, let's jump into this project and see if we can get this thing up and working. All right, so the first things first, let's troubleshoot and see what our actual problem is. Now, what you want to do is jump into your vehicle and you want to turn it on. And what you want to do is you want to turn on your windshield wipers and pull on the button that will activate the washer fluid. In my case, as you can see here, as I'm pulling on it, the wipers are moving back and forth, but there's no spray. Now, if that's your scenario, what you want to do is two things. First of all, you want to identify whether it's a problem with the motor or it's a problem with your jets. The easy way to do it is pull back on your handle and listen. Normally, if the pump is running, you're going to hear a humming noise that's coming from the pump. And right now, I hear nothing. So that leads me to believe that there's something wrong with my pump. Now, if you hear a humming sound, but there's no washer fluid spraying, first things first, go check your reservoir, make sure it's full and it has liquid in it. If it does and it's not spraying, typically means that your jets are clogged. And you can use something small like a paper clip or something and put it inside the jets and hopefully that will clear up the problem. If it does, you're good to go. If it's not the jets and you definitely don't hear an audible sound, then we got to move on to the pump and let me show you guys where it's located and how we can access it. Now what you want to do is you want to find your reservoir where you fill it up. In my case, it's on this side of my car. And the good thing about the BMW is they keep the reservoir close to the wheel well. Now the reservoir is located directly behind here, but of course, as you can see, in order to get to it, we're gonna have to remove this front wheel and the liner that's covering right here. But once we do that, we'll have clear access to the tank and we'll be able to take this thing out in no time. So what you wanna do first is you're gonna go ahead and jack your car up and you're gonna remove the wheel and take it off. And then we'll have access to the cover panel, which we're gonna have to remove next. Once you got the wheel removed, there's a bunch of screws here and a couple grommets that you need to remove. All you need to do is loosen them, remove them, and then you'll be able to have access to the washer fluid reservoir. The last few screws are underneath here. All you need to do is loosen them up. Now that you got all the screws removed, you can go ahead and pull the liner out and it should just come right out. And then you can go ahead and set this aside. All right, and there's our water reservoir right here, right behind the fender right here. So what you want to do is take some sort of bucket and slide it under, because if you have water in the system, there's going to be a little leakage. This thing is held in by just one single bolt up here and it slots into a little piece down here. So what we're going to do is loosen this bolt, lift up on the container and kind of pull it forward a little bit, because the pump is located actually just right here, maybe about 3 inches back inside here. You want to take time because we have some wires here, but as long as you be gentle with it and you don't pull anything hard, this thing should be able to slide up, tilt forward and pull out. So all you want to do is remove this 11mm bolt first, and as you can see, the water reservoir kind of already started to tip forward. So what we want to do is hold up on the hose here, pull up a little bit and tilt it so it slides forward. And then we'll have access to the water pump, which is located right here. As you can see, we have our pump located right here. What you want to do is you want to pull up on the pump a little bit And as you can see, there's fluid leaking all out. And then you're going to go ahead and tilt the pump and pull it out. Don't worry about the fluid that's leaking out. As long as you have a bucket down below, it will catch everything that's in there. Now, once you have your pump out, you can go ahead, press down on the clip that's located here. Just like that. To get this nipple out, all you need to do is take a small screwdriver and open up this clip right here a little bit. And then you should be able to just pull the nipple out like this. And you have your pump right here. One of the things that you want to check is, if you notice here, there's a little grommet. A lot of times there's gunk and stuff that's built up in here. As you can see, there's a filter here. Now, one thing to note is sometimes you'll get a lot of gunk and build up in here. If you have a little vacuum or a shop vac or something, you can stick it in here to suck out any gunk that's trapped in the reservoir here. But apart from that, let's go ahead and clean this filter up, and then let's take a look at our pump. Okay, now we have our pump out, and what I want to tell you guys is, you can see here, this is the inlet that sucks in from the reservoir, and this is what blows out into your lines to go to your windshield washer. Sometimes these gets clogged by gunk, so if you want, you can either blow on it with your mouth, put on here, blow from here, and it should spit out any gunk here. You can try that to see if that will work for your pump. Another thing you can check to make sure that the pump is getting power, if you have a voltmeter, you can plug it onto the socket where this was disconnected from, and then set it to DC volts, go in your car, turn it on, and pull on your windshield washer, and you should see the voltage change between 12 volts or 13 volts or whatever. That way you know that the pump is actually getting signal, just to check to make sure that you don't have a blown relay or fuse or something like that. If you clear this out, if there was gunk in there, you can temporarily put it in some water, connect the connector back on, and pull on your handle. And if it starts to work, then you know it was just some gunk. In my case, the pump was bad. I was getting voltage, but when I had it connected and put it in some water and pulled on it, it wasn't responding. So I knew that my pump was bad. So let's go ahead, get the replacement, stick it back in, and we should be good to go. Now we can go ahead and start reassembling everything. First, you want to take your filter. As you can see, I have it washed out. It's nice and clean. Go ahead and insert it into the hole. Next, we want to go ahead and connect the power to our pump. Then we can go ahead and connect the hose like that, making sure that it's nice and secure. Then we can go ahead and tilt it and slide it down into the grommet and push our pump back in, and then we just slide it down until it locks it back into place. Once it's installed like that, we're pretty much good to go. We can go ahead and slide this back in. If you want, at this time, you can go ahead and test it just to make sure that it's working. But once it is, we're going to go ahead and slide this thing and put it back together. All right, now all we really need to do is lift up on our reservoir and tilt it until it goes back in place. What I like to do sometimes is hold it from the hose and support it from the base. And once you have it pushed in, you just need to line up the tabs at the bottom, and it should just drop into place, lining up the hole at the top here, as well as being in the slot right here. Now, just make sure all your wires are tucked back behind this little latch right here, and then you're good to go. You can start reassembling everything and getting everything back in order. One thing to note is you want to make sure that the pipe here that's connected to the reservoir is sitting in firmly. These tend to move around sometimes, but once you have it locked in place, then you should be good to go. Now we can go ahead and reinstall the screw that was holding our reservoir in. And once it's in tight and it's locked on, then we're good to go. Now the only thing left to do is to go ahead and reattach our wheel well cover, making sure that we get all the screws back in place that we removed. This is more tedious than anything else, but if you take your time, you should be able to put this thing back in no problem. Once you got all the screws in and the cover is on, the only thing left to do now is to put on the wheel, tighten up the lugs, lower your jack, and last but not least, we get to go ahead and refill our reservoir with washer fluid, and then we can go ahead and test the system. All right, the reservoir is full, pump is connected, everything is good to go. Now for the moment of truth. Let's try to turn these on. There you go. As you can see, windshield washers are spraying nice and good. Problem solved. Looks like we're good to go. Listen, if you guys have this issue with your windshield washer and the pump going bad, It's an easy fix. You guys can do it by yourself. It's not too complicated. All you need to do is follow a couple of steps and procedures, accessing the pump, removing the pump, cleaning the filter, checking to make sure there's no relays that were blown. In some cases, you might be able to blow out the inlet and exit of the pump because it might just be clogged. I've had that happen in the past. So whatever it is, if you follow these steps, you'll be able to troubleshoot your windshield washer pump and get it fixed no matter what. So if you guys have a BMW, this old, older, newer, they're pretty much all the same, and the access to them are all the same. So yeah, you can do it. It's an easy fix. You guys don't need to worry about it. Again, that's what I'm here for. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget, give me a thumbs up, like the video, share it with your friends. It helps motivate me and grow the channel as well. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. I always appreciate it. And until next time, I'll catch you guys in the next video.